Have you ever stopped to think about how many times we carry burdens in our hearts that seem unbearable? Often we feel overwhelmed, as if the weight of the world is on our shoulders. But the truth is that there is a safe place where we can leave all our anxieties and find peace. This place is sincere surrender to something greater, an act of trust that allows us to loosen the ties that bind us. When we truly surrender, we make space for a greater force to work in our lives. It is in this moment that we can experience the transformation that comes from complete trust. The Word teaches us in Philippians 4, verses 6 and 7, that we should not worry about anything, but in everything, through prayer, we should present our requests. And so, by leaving our anguish in the hands of the one who knows what is best for us, we find the true peace that surpasses all understanding. Today, I invite you to reflect on what you have been holding inside your heart. What are the worries that have been keeping you awake at night? What do you need to surrender? As we prepare for a moment of prayer, remember that we are not alone. There is an invitation to leave everything at the altar, to surrender each situation, every dream, and every fear. By doing this, you will allow the transformative presence of God to fill every corner of your life. Let us open ourselves together to this experience of surrender and trust. May this moment be a space of renewal, where we can experience the power that comes from sincere prayer and total surrender. Open your heart and prepare to connect with what is deepest in your spirituality. Lord, I come before you with a heart full of gratitude. I acknowledge your presence in my life and the wonders you have done. I thank you for every blessing that often goes unnoticed, for every small detail that makes a difference in my days. Help me to appreciate each moment and to recognize your love in everything around me. I surrender to you the worries that surround me. I ask you to teach me to let go of what I cannot control, to trust in your plan even when I do not understand. May I leave at the altar all my fears, insecurities, and anxieties, allowing your peace, which surpasses all understanding, to flood my heart. Lord, may I feel your strength sustaining me. When the storms of life arise, may I remember that I am not alone. Help me to seek your presence in every moment, to lay down my burdens, and to rest in you. May the assurance that you are with me bring me comfort and courage to face the challenges. I thank you for embracing me in your arms, for listening to me whenever I cry out. May I be a channel of love and gratitude, reflecting your light in the lives of those around me. May my life be a testimony of your care and faithfulness. At this moment, I surrender to you all my dreams and plans. May they align with your will. May I learn to trust in your paths, even when I do not understand what is to come. May every step I take be guided by the certainty that you are ahead, preparing the best for me. Lord, may I never forget to praise you in the midst of struggles. Help me to maintain a grateful heart, even in difficulties, for I know they are also part of your purpose. May I see beyond the immediate and recognize your hand at work in every situation. Today I surrender my life to you. May each day be an opportunity to glorify your name and to live with the assurance that everything I leave in your hands will be taken care of. May I enjoy the peace that comes from surrender and trust, and may my faith grow stronger with each moment. I praise you, Lord, for all that you are and for everything you do. May my heart be filled with gratitude, and may I always seek your presence, surrendering every part of my life to you. May I live in harmony with your love and be a reflection of the hope I find in you. The Word invites us to seek the comfort and peace that come from surrender. In Philippians 4, verses 6 and 7, we find a powerful message that teaches us not to worry about anything, but to present our requests to you in prayer. By doing this, we experience the peace that surpasses all understanding, a gift that only your love can offer. It is a reminder that when we leave our worries in your hands, we make room for you to act in our lives in ways we could never imagine. Often life presents us with challenges that seem insurmountable. Anxiety surrounds us, and in the midst of it all, it's easy to forget that we have a safe place to lay down our burdens. When I remember that surrender is an act of faith, I find the strength to trust in your plans, even when everything seems uncertain. This passage teaches me that I am not alone in my struggles. By presenting my requests with a grateful heart, I connect with the promise that your peace will be with me. In my daily life, I can apply this message by dedicating moments to present to you everything that troubles me. Whether it's a concern about health, family, or work, it's essential to remember that I don't have to carry this weight alone. Just as the verse instructs, I can bring each situation into your presence, knowing that you care for me with love and compassion. This act of surrender brings relief and transforms how I view the challenges I face. When I bring my worries to you, I also remember to thank you for the blessings that often go unnoticed. Gratitude is a practice that helps me focus on the wonders you perform in my life. By recognizing your goodness, anxiety begins to dissipate and peace starts to reign in my heart. The assurance that you are hearing my prayers comforts me and encourages me to continue trusting in you. Each day I strive to leave at the altar everything that prevents me from living fully. Surrender is an act of courage, and I know that by letting go of control, I allow your will to manifest in my life. It's not easy, but when I remember that you have the power to transform my reality, I find motivation to move forward. This trust helps me live with hope, even in difficulties. Therefore, at this moment, I commit to living the message of Philippians 4 verses 6 and 7. May I always bring my worries to you, recognizing that true peace comes from surrender and trust in your plans. That each day I may feel the security that by leaving everything in your hands, I am allowing you to act in my life in a powerful and loving way. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the worries of daily life? Sometimes we look at our challenges and wonder if we can bear it all. It's easy to be carried away by fear and anxiety, as if we are alone in a storm. But I want to invite you to reflect. What happens when we decide to leave everything in the hands of the one who truly cares for us? When we surrender our worries and insecurities, something extraordinary happens. A space opens in our hearts for peace and trust to enter. Have you ever experienced this feeling? It's as if a weight has been lifted from our shoulders, allowing the light to enter and illuminate even the darkest corners of our souls. Surrender does not mean we won't have struggles, but rather that we have an unshakable support in whom we can trust. How do you feel when thinking about surrendering your anxieties? What holds you back from doing it? Often we fear letting go, but the truth is that by surrendering, we allow something greater to work within us. Think of the times you witnessed a situation transform when you chose to trust. These experiences show us that we are not alone and that there is a greater purpose in every challenge we face. Now visualize your worries, those fears that accompany you. How about imagining that you can leave them here, at this moment? Feel the lightness that this can bring. When we talk about surrender, we are not just giving up control, we are making space for faith. It is an act of courage that invites transformation, bringing hope even when everything seems uncertain. I encourage you to share your experiences. How has surrender impacted your life? What blessings have you noticed when you placed your worries in God's hands? Your testimony can be the light that guides someone still struggling to trust fully. Let's create a space of support and encouragement together. After all, our stories of surrender and faith are powerful and can inspire others to find the comfort and peace that come from trust. In ancient times, there was a man named Gideon who faced great challenges and insecurities. He felt small and incapable, but he was chosen by God to deliver the people of Israel from the oppression of the Midianites. Upon hearing the divine call, Gideon hesitated, doubting his abilities. However, God assured him that he would be by his side and that he need not fear. Gideon then decided to surrender his uncertainties and worries to God, even if it meant facing a much larger army. In the book of Judges, chapter 6, verse 16, it is written, "The Lord said to him, 'Surely I will be with you, and you shall defeat the Midianites as one man.'" This promise made all the difference in Gideon's life. He not only committed to trusting God, but also gathered the courage to move forward, even in the face of fear. Gideon's surrender to God was not just about winning physical battles, but also about overcoming the internal struggles that prevented him from seeing his potential. Gideon assembled a small army, and trusting in God's guidance, devised a plan that seemed foolish to human eyes. With only 300 men, he defeated the Midianites. This victory was not just a demonstration of power, but a testimony that when we surrender our insecurities and allow God to guide our lives, we can overcome challenges that seem impossible. The story of Gideon teaches us that true strength comes from surrender and trust. Like him, we all face moments of doubt and fear. However, when we decide to place our worries in God's hands and listen to His voice, we find courage and direction. Surrender is an act of faith that can transform not only our circumstances, but also our way of seeing and living life. Therefore, as we look at our own challenges, let us remember Gideon. His story inspires us to believe that even in times of uncertainty, we can trust that God is with us and that together we can face any adversity. May we follow his example by surrendering our anxieties and allowing God's strength to uphold us every step of the way. Lord, at this moment, I come to you with an open and sincere heart. I recognize that I often carry heavy burdens, worries that afflict me and prevent me from living in peace. I ask that you teach me to surrender all of this to you, to release each burden I have been carrying. Help me to trust in your care even when uncertainty surrounds me. May I feel the lightness of leaving my anxieties in your hands, knowing that you are capable of transforming my life in ways I cannot imagine. I surrender to you my fears and insecurities, those thoughts that insist on diverting me from the path of trust. May I find the renewal I so long for by leaving them at the altar. I ask that you help me let go of control, to trust in your plan, even when everything around me seems chaotic. May the certainty of your presence envelop me and bring the peace that surpasses all understanding. Lord, I also want to present to you the concerns that affect those I love. I place in your hands the difficulties they face, the struggles that surround them, and the challenges that seem insurmountable. May you comfort and guide them, bringing hope and light amid the darkness. May they feel in every moment your loving care and the certainty that they are not alone. I surrender to you my dreams and desires, what I wish for the future. Help me align my will with yours, trusting that what is best for me is in your hands. May I have patience and faith as I wait for the answers I seek, knowing that your timing is perfect. May my journey be guided by your wisdom and love. Finally, Lord, I ask that you strengthen my faith. May I see difficulties as opportunities for growth and learning. Help me look beyond the struggles and recognize your hand at work in my life. As I surrender everything to you, may I live with a light and confident heart, knowing that you are always with me, caring for every detail of my life. Today I invite you to a spiritual challenge that can transform your routine. How about dedicating a daily moment to leave your worries in God's hands? Choose a moment in your day, whether upon waking, before meals, or at bedtime, and create the habit of presenting everything that troubles you. As you do this, try not just to speak, but to truly open your heart and leave those concerns at the altar. Also, seek a quiet place where you can connect more deeply. As you pray, visualize your anxieties being handed over to him. Feel the lightness that this surrender can bring to your soul. Throughout the week, jot down the moments when you feel peace entering your heart. This act of surrender is not just a gesture of faith, it is a practice that can change your perspective on daily challenges. By trusting and leaving everything in his hands, you are allowing something greater to work in your life. Remember, we are not alone on this journey. May this experience strengthen your faith and bring renewal each day. Today we come to the end of this moment of reflection and surrender. May we carry in our hearts the assurance that by letting go of our worries and anxieties, we find a space of peace and renewal. Surrender is not just an act of leaving something behind, but a powerful movement that connects us to the care and strength that comes from something greater. May we remember each day that we have the opportunity to surrender everything in prayer, allowing transformation to happen in our lives. May our trust in a greater purpose guide us. No matter what challenges we face, it is essential to remember that we are not alone. With each step, each decision, may we seek the support and wisdom that come from sincere surrender. May the certainty that we are heard and loved encourage us to continue, even when life's storms intensify. At this moment, I want to bless you. May the peace that surpasses all understanding flood your heart and mind. May you feel the loving presence that calms and renews. May each burden you surrender be replaced by a lightness that drives you to live with hope and faith. And may you find moments throughout your week to connect with this truth, allowing light to enter your life and bring transformation. Now I ask you, what can you leave in his hands today? How about reflecting on this and sharing your experiences? Don't forget to subscribe to our channel so we can continue this journey of faith and surrender together. Thank you for being here and for opening your heart. May God bless you abundantly and see you next time.